this is totally unprecedented. It is, as far as I can tell, the longest shutdown in Broadway history. There have been shutdowns for labor strikes often, but the longest of those was 25 days. That was back in 75. In 9/11, Broadway shut down, but that was for a couple of days. And, every now and then a hurricane or a snowstorm will shut them down for a day or two. But this is the longest extended shutdown of Broadway that anyone can remember. And there's still a whole lot of questions about what that's going to mean for this season and what that's going to mean for people's livelihoods and what it will mean for the rest of their lives. Broadway is classified as the biggest tourist attraction in New York. It operates as sort of one of the most popular landmarks in New York, and the impact won't just be on the box office of the individual shows, but it'll be on the area, the economic impact of Broadway overall, and of a robust Broadway, is that restaurants are full and parking lots are full, and there are all these sort of ancillary businesses, even the sort of launderers who who clean actors' clothes. There's a whole sort of ring of businesses whose income will be threatened by this. There had been increasing concerns about the number of people going to sit in a dark room in a tight space and watch theater. All these things were going on. Broadway had sort of vowed to go on while other institutions were closing and other performances were closing, and it was starting to. Actors were starting to be concerned. Audiences were starting to be concerned, and it finally came down to the governor declaring that Broadway would be shut down beginning at 5 p.m. on Thursday, March 12th, and being shut down for a month, which is the longest time in recent memory that Broadway has been shut down. I think a lot of people I talk to are relieved in a way because they were concerned about just sort of being in close contact with a large group of people from all over the world, which is where Broadway's audiences come from. It just helped. It seemed like the sort of safest thing to do, but at the same time, people are worried about their next paycheck and what will happen to the new show that hasn't opened yet and that's just finding its feet at the box office. Does it have the reserves to hold out? Does it have the producers who can raise the money to sort of sustain it through this dark period? And even if it does, will they get paid for the month that it's dark? There's still a lot of questions. I don't think response to any show is going to change. I think there are highly anticipated shows that people were looking forward to getting open and out there. There's a big Stephen Sondheim revival of the show Company, and there's a very buzzy new musical called Six that's a big hit in the UK and in other places around the world, and it was supposed to open tonight, Thursday, and now they are not opening. They're not having that party. They will not perform for a month, and there is, I suppose, a chance that some of the sales momentum or the audience attendance momentum could slow down a little in the interim as people, take a step back and wait to come back to New York City. But it doesn't. I suspect it won't affect people's enthusiasm for the shows that they want to see.